The post-occupancy evaluation of the PEIH vertical campus shed light on potential opportunities for enhancement to the development's overall impression on its users. Further research was required and conducted by our team members in the listed areas to gain intrinsic insight into the functionality and performance of such spaces throughout the modern structure. Team members were tasked with reframing the design flaws encountered and highlighted in previous assessments of the campus to persuade effective change surrounding its design. Utilizing a diverse range of research structures and formats to collate information, team members were able to comprehensively establish and present various solutions that better align the innovative building with the principles of human-centered design.
By focusing on the main question of what improvements could have been made within these chosen areas of the Parramatta Engineering Innovation Hub, and the 4 sub-questions by focusing through the selected areas of the lockers, staircases, studio rooms, and the general classrooms. By doing so, it's best to evaluate and observe by exploring the PIH. Common to find some minor issues through the design layout. To how can this problem be solved? By doing so, to think who, what, when, where, and how for the context of the problem. Student individuals conduct their own research to develop an understanding through a sophisticated level.
Through exploring Parramatta Engineering Innovation Hub, designers were tasked with collecting data in a diverse range of formats in order to gain sophisticated and in-depth knowledge of the problem areas within the building, and therefore make critical evaluations. This first involved taking a variety of photos and videos of such spaces and interviewing other students, to then create through Mirror a set of 9 design and ethnographic maps to further help us with our analysis. These include concept models, storyboards, empathy maps, affinity maps, analyzing user personas, journey mapping, taxonomy maps, and using the foresight strategy along with the 5 Ws method. Through cultivating and collecting this data, the research displays numerous opportunities for improvement in these problem areas, which will contribute greatly to individuals as these improvements are from a human-centered approach.
For the lockers, knowing the time frame and the type of use for them allows for efficient use of locker space. This means appropriate lockers are used without creating a system which becomes obsolete as it does not suit students' needs. The staircase of the building needs to cater for the different sizes of congestion in a safe manner. This provides users with a staircase that uses up space efficiently in the building to accommodate for other amenities while being able to keep people safe when using them. Understanding how classrooms are interacted with allow for a judgment of what kind of tasks that can be used for and what types of needs the classroom must fulfill in order to be a productive space. The studio rooms are a specialized area, so having the correct fit outs to offer students allows for efficient use of space during their projects and work. Knowing what size space they need provides students with more focus and ease of use to better complete their work.
Results show a variety of complications when using the lockers. One of the biggest ones is that they mainly only come in one small size and that they only have a short hire period of 24 hours. Others include people who want to use the lockers, however, they may not have their student ID card on them, or some may struggle to interpret the text-heavy instructions. Through knowing these issues, the main recommendations for further research include to introduce larger locker sizes on each floor where the lockers are, introduce longer hire periods, potentially having an alternative locking system, storage being introduced in classrooms and studios, for example, storage cabinets, and changing the instructions to be more graphical.
While observing through the overlook of the staircase, the basement stairs have a unique form as the design has been inspired for the contemporary scene, even though it seems very complex for users to use, lacking majority of the safety components and limited spacing for individuals to use the staircase at the same time. After being able to identify these issues, what could have been recommended for the staircase is the designer could have made the design look a lot more simpler than complicated, take considerations to how individuals may use the functionality of the final design of the staircase, and by thinking through the safety components.
Although a simple area in concept, the classrooms contain areas of improvement, such as the students' collaboration being obstructed by other laptops and not being able to see work, the limits of movement throughout the classroom due to mass amounts of tables, the preset room capacity and how it cannot be altered, and the adjustments being limited to table configurations and the amount of tables in a room. These areas can be improved by open collaboration with students and teachers to see each other's work while involving input and comments to each other's tasks. The ability to adjust the room sizing according to the size of students in the room, the ability to adjust the workspace available, and to research specific project needs that the students and teachers will require to improve the learning spaces.
In-depth assessments into the studio spaces demonstrated that students had difficulty remaining focused due to the continuous adjustments to their seating positions to allow students to walk between the tables. The size of the tables did not accommodate sufficient space for students to move around unobstructed, and the class sizes allocated to these studios overwhelmed the maximum number of users able to occupy such spaces without interference. These results influence the necessity to reduce the width of the tables while maintaining suitable features for design-based students to work effectively, such as power adapters and utensil holders, implement better seating fit-outs to promote interactive learning and fluid movement, and reevaluate the number of students allocated to the space at one time in line with the suggested amount of occupants.
In conclusion, the investigation has allowed us to discover new improvement areas across the building and developed our understanding of the needs, such as the additions to locker accessibility for a wider variety of circumstances, the simplification of staircases design and increased safety for crowds, the extended variation of classroom spaces and improved collaboration opportunities, as well as the improved organization of furniture sizing and student to room ratio for a well-fitted room.